Hi everyone, welcome to lesson 3. Hopefully you've got a good start on your reading by now. Most of the work this week is preparatory. So I'm not going to spend a big long lecture this week going over all the material, but I have put here in your lesson objectives a slideshow from the seated class if you do want to go through it, but most of chapter 3 and chapter 4 is pretty straightforward. What we're doing is we're working our way through the project design process. We're going to analyze our requirements. We're going to design what we think will meet all of our requirements. We're going to build it, then we're going to test it, and then we're going to make adjustments, roll it out. Kind of a standard design process. The project that we're going to build, as I've mentioned before, is down here in Final Project. You should all have access, and notice that it is very loose and up in the air. So the process we're going through right now this week is helping to put some definition onto these terms. We want to make either a personal introduction website or a professional portfolio website. Each page will be constructed from the requirements provided during the development. So basically right now we're going to imagine what we think it can be, and then each week we're going to get some specific requirements to add some specific things. It'll be really straightforward. There should be 3 to 4 pages, including your home page. It should be good quality, and the reason why it needs to be good quality is because it's to introduce yourself to the world. So it should reflect the quality that you think you are. Each page should have at least one appropriate image or at least some word art that is decorative and fancy looking and relates to the content. You will be assigned, we haven't assigned you yet, but you will be assigned by the end to groups of 3, and you're just going to evaluate the project together. So now we're going to spend some time in lesson 3 talking about what exactly it means to have a personal introduction or personal portfolio website. Come back over here to lesson 3. Chapter 3 will walk you through thinking about your target audience, your goals and objectives, and everything that you should be doing in this website. I can't tell you what the right answers are. I want you to think about what it is you're trying to do, tell me what you're trying to do, and answer some of these questions. The questions we're answering: what type of website are we going to create? What's our target audience? What kind of objective do we have? And then if that's our objective, if that's the thing we want to do, if we want to have them contact us, if we want to have them send us an email, if we want to make an appointment with somebody, we got to think about, well, what's the kind of content that will both achieve our objective, give them the ability to reach us, and also what kind of content will motivate them to act in that way. And then it'll take us through various website structures in our chapter. And so we'll talk about what structure do you think will present your content the best. This doesn't need to be perfect. This is week 3. We're delivering this in week 16. We'll be showing it to each other as we go. We'll be making revisions. You don't have to be right. You just need to think about it. And then once you've thought about and gathered these requirements for what you think your website requirements are, we're going to be developing a wireframe and a sitemap for it. A sitemap is just a list of the pages on your website and how you're going to connect them together. There's lots of pictures of them, different sitemap concepts in the book, whether you want it to be a tree or whether you want it to be a linear model or whether it's just going to be a web of pages. You need to know how everything is going to be connected and what pages are on it. And then once you have decided what your pages are and how they're connected, briefly describe the content on each page. So maybe in Microsoft Word, you can draw a picture, you can use a site mapping tool, but then you need to describe each one and show me a description. Okay, say this is my About Me page. I'm going to talk about this and this. I think there should be an image, maybe a couple pictures. It should take you a sentence or 2 at least to describe each page. If you're struggling for descriptions, just think about it. If you tell me how you're going to use a picture, what text needs to be on it, and what the feel of the page should be, that's already a short little paragraph. So you want to just add detail, and we're going to show these to others next week so that we'll be building this idea of what we're building. And then when we get to the practical stuff, you won't have to be scrambling for ideas or scrambling for what you want your page to look like, because you'll already have this concept laid out and some of the text already written. After you've laid out the sitemap, you're going to create a wireframe example of each page. So you're going to draw how the pages are connected together, tell me what should be on the page, and then just give me a little drawing that says, okay, headline here, content here, picture here. This is the kind of the rough layout. The book will walk you through what those should look like and why we use wireframing. But this is just starting to get an idea of what we're going to build in this course.